Can you hear me? Happy Monday, Pine Belt. Of course, Christmas is here, and well, I know it doesn't look a lot like Christmas, at least traditionally speaking, with a white Christmas, but well, still, Christmas is here in South Mississippi, and it's always a magical time, so let's get ready to unpack that Christmas forecast for you. Now, before we start, as all you see our nice live look over there at USM campus, it's a beautiful day, and it's actually kind of comfortable. I hate to say warm, not quite warm, but definitely too warm for the heater during the day, but not quite warm enough for the AC. It's one of those days where you sit in the car after the sunlight, and it's actually kind of warm, but then if you get into it at night, you notice that the car is cold, and you may be even running the heater at night. You're going to want to run that heater for tonight as well. Either way, nice sunny day here, a few stray clouds in the area, but that's about it, right? A nice quiet and pleasant day. You can see a lot of our temperatures, a lot of those 60s are showing up across the board here with a few folks in the upper 50s for now. You can see Raleigh and Taylorsville likewise at 59, but everybody else is going to be above that 60 degree mark at this time. Some of the warmer spots, you can see Columbia there at 67 and Lumberton 1 degree cooler at 66 at this time. Now, I know a lot of you, Christmas is a time of travel, so if you plan on traveling across the greater Southeast, well, it's a beautiful day. We'll take a look at the national radar in just a moment for you, so that way you can plan for all of that as well. But in the meantime, well, we've got a nice pleasant day here across the Southeast. A lot of those colder temperatures up in Appalachia. You can see really where those mountain ranges kind of stick out on the temperature map here. You can see the colder temperatures there on those peaks in Appalachia. But as we make our way farther south, you can see Georgia in the 50s, a nice mild day for the folks over there in areas like Alabama and the Bible Belt areas to our east. But as you make your way over to the capital city in Jackson, they're a bit cooler, but still pretty comparable to the Pine Belt. And the same can be said as we make our way into the Arklatex, right? Now you can see a little cool spot north of the Red River here over in Little Rock. But other than that, down in Texas, of course, I've got family over there in the Texan Hill Country, San Antonio, Austin, all of that. They're enjoying a nice, sunny, and warmer day than what we're seeing right here. So regardless, a beautiful day across the Southeast. But take a radar check real quick. Well, you may have noticed that we are most certainly in the clear weather-wise. We have nothing to worry about for today, but that's going to change soon enough. We'll take a look at that in just a moment there. Now, when it comes to winter, right, we get a lot of cold fronts. We're not seeing any of those summertime thunderstorms. It's just going to be kind of when we get rain, and after the front leaves, then, well, it clears out nicely, and that's just basically how we'd characterize winter here in South Mississippi. But moving away from South Mississippi and towards the greater Deep South, you can see that Florida, there's a few showers there along the I-95 corridor stretching from Charleston all the way down to areas like Lake Okeechobee, approaching Miami and West Palm Beach, those sorts of folks. But even if with those a few showers, right, they're not going to be causing torrential downpours, they're not going to be causing aviation delays or travel delays or anything of that nature. It's just a few clouds and a few showers, and that's all we've got there. But you can see, though, as we take a look at the bigger picture here, well, a few showers over there north of the Arklatex into areas like the Ouachita Mountains and, of course, the plateau up there. The name escapes me for the moment, but either way, those folks up there, maybe a few showers up in Arkansas, northwestern Arkansas, up by Fayetteville. But you can see that, well, like Hattiesburg, there's a nice slot of dry air here that's given us just abundant sunshine in the area. Now, the same can't be said for our northerly neighbors up in the Great Lakes, and look at that. You can see a nice winter system making its way through the Great Lakes region for now. But thankfully, right, all these weather systems, they all move from west to east. So if you're west of this system, then conditions will eventually improve behind that system. It's just going to be a bit cold behind those systems once it eventually clears out, a lot like a cold front here. But either way, if you do plan on traveling to Chicago or other areas, especially the eastern seaboard, there's a chance you may encounter some some weather delays if you plan on leaving for tomorrow and you're going to like Newark or areas like JFK and areas in Boston, those sorts of big hubs there along the eastern seaboard, Washington, D.C. even. You may experience a few issues. Even areas you can see where that kind of rain-snow line draws across areas like the southern portion of the mitten there in Michigan. You can see where some of that wintry precipitation is. Now, all in all, though, yes, this is a system. Yes, it may cause some issues, but remember, up there in the Great Lakes, they're used to this stuff. So it's not like when we get snow here in the Pine Belt where, it's a really big deal because it's so rare. Up there, yes, it can cause delays, but they have, de-icing equipment. They have whatever they need to help you along, whether you're traveling by car or by airplane. Now, as we make our way out towards the northern plains here and even portions of Canada, well, you notice that we've got a few snow showers out in the Rockies as well. But of course, none of those totals are going to be torrential. Still, it's just going to be what's called orographic lifting. That's going to help kind of produce a few of those showers due to some of the mountain interaction with our atmosphere. You can see where some of that's going on. So you want to make sure to keep that in mind as well, that it may be a bit chilly. And well, if you plan on connecting through Denver or Salt Lake City, you may encounter a few flurries on the ground as you're taxiing on the apron waiting for your next leg of your flight there. Now, other than that, of course, I know that a lot of people like to go skiing up there, and well, there will be plenty of snow for the folks there as well. Moving on south, you can see the Four Corners region here, areas like that. Of course, if you plan on connecting through Phoenix, well, Phoenix is a desert and they don't see a lot of snow every now and then. They get a lot of sandstorms and all that and some really dry periods, but I'm not expecting any sort of issues for the folks. If you're connecting through Texas or Phoenix, those areas, you are going to be all good there for the near term. Things are going to change eventually, though. We could see some rain showing up here in the area. So back to the area. Well, here's today's almanac, right? You may wonder, well, how warm is it? Well, of course, even though our almanac data hasn't come in for today yet, it will be coming. Normally it comes right around 4 o'clock, maybe just before 5, but we will definitely be above average for today. But you notice that we didn't set any records in that department. That record low at 4 degrees way back when. Goodness gracious, if it was 4 degrees way back, or if it was 4 degrees tonight, that's a little chilly, but thankfully we won't have to worry about that. We won't even see a freeze tonight. We will see some widespread frost in the area, but how low do we go? Well, there you go. You can see that we bottom out right around 35 degrees, possibly even 36. And 35 to 36 is basically that magic threshold where do we get frost? Do we not? It's right on the fringe. And so if you get it just enough, then that's normally where you start to see some of the frost show up. But some of our southern counties, especially if you're south of US 98, you may not see any frost at all. All right, let's talk Christmas. I know this is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. You know that the holiday is coming up, and well, Christmas Eve, that is tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Pull out your watches, pull out your phone, whatever you got, and confirm the date. Yes, that is indeed correct. I know. I can't believe it's Christmas either. But hey, here we are. We've got a beautiful Christmas Eve in store for South Mississippi. I'm not expecting any weather issues. It'll be abundantly sunny, mainly sunny, maybe a few passing high-level cirrus during the day, but not enough to give us a big damping in any of our or any of our sunlight there, right? But no weather issues. We'll be climaxing in the 60s once again for tomorrow. It'll make for a beautiful day. But as we make our way from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, well, Santa, he might need his galoshes, right? Of course, I know that it's not entirely a washout, but still, some of the model timing, they have a bit of agreement in terms of some of that, where maybe we'll see some more spotty to isolated showers beginning in the morning. You can see that the rain chances aren't as high in the morning, but as those more spotty rain chances become scattered in time for the afternoon, you're sitting down for your Christmas meal or whatever you plan on doing on Christmas Day, a lot of those showers are going to be focused on the hours after midday. So that's going to be during the evening when you can expect the greatest chance for rain. But even then, I know that you say, well, look, Nick, there's a 50% chance of rain there. And yes, that is indeed correct. But remember, these are one of those scattered days where you get a few showers every now and then, but it shouldn't be constant rain nonstop throughout the day. So even if you get a little bit of rain, it'll pass. You may get another round every now and then. It may be cloudy at times, but still, we ought to have at least a few breaks from the rain during the day. I know this isn't the optimal Christmas forecast, but at the end of the day, still, rain on Christmas Eve, we could use some of the rain to help us catch up on that tally nonetheless. It's just unfortunate that it's on Christmas. I get it. But like I said, Santa will be in his galoshes, and make sure you bring them too if you need them, or whatever else gets you going for that rain gear. Umbrella, poncho, of course, you'll be good to go there. Now, speaking of precipitation, well, our chance of a white Christmas, a big old goose egg, a 0. We won't have to worry about any winter precipitation, right? All of that precipitation will be liquid form, also known as rain. Nothing frozen in the area there. So you may be wondering, well, okay, let's talk Christmas. How cold is it going to be as you're getting up? If you plan on getting up early on Christmas morning, I know, you're excited, you got all the presents under the tree, you're ready to go, and you want to say, hey, do I need to run the heater leading up to Christmas? Yes, you will most definitely need the heater, not only for tonight, but also into Tuesday, into Wednesday as well. You can see, though, that we won't be seeing any frost in the area. Sure, a lot of those temperatures for tonight will be in the mid-30s in the area, but we'll be in the low to mid-40s for the better portion of the area early on Christmas morning. But as we make our way through the day, we start with those little spotty rain chances in the morning before they become slightly more, I'd say, scattered during the afternoon hours, as I was just talking about earlier in the forecast. But you can see that even with some of the rain, well, thank God it's not going to be a cold day and a rainy day. I know, no one likes when, at least I know I don't like when it's 46 degrees or 48 all day and it just rains the entire day. The rain's so cold it almost stings, and yeah, I get it. It really does suck. And well, it'll still be kind of chilly, at least with some of the rain, with some of these temperatures, but thankfully we'll be in the 60s. So that does go a long way in making it a little less dreary. But at the end of the day, Christmas Day won't be as nice as Christmas Eve. Here's your 7-day forecast. Before we go, you can see that the rain chances once again do show up. We've got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. You can see where the rain really shows up in the afternoon hours, but once again, it's scattered. I'd say it's about a 40-50% chance at best at this time. And then we get a brief breather there on Thursday. So you say, hey, well, what if we did some of our Christmas festivities on the 26th instead of the 25th? There you go. You've got a nice, beautiful break there with a slight warming trend. You can see the next few days, we're kind of bucking the trend, if you will, where I know we just started winter with the winter solstice on the 21st of this month. But as we make our way through winter, well, we're doing the opposite of winter and continuing to warm up for now throughout the next few days. Now, after that quick breather away from the rain returns in time for Friday and Saturday. Could make for a wet weekend for some of the folks in the weekend in the Pine Belt before we start to clear out once again. But those temperatures, at least for now in the near term, in the upcoming week, I'm not expecting any really cold temperatures beyond tonight, and of course maybe a slight chill factor there on Tuesday night into Wednesday. But after that, a lot of the nights will be kind of mild and the days will be very comfortable, maybe even warm at times. Enjoy your holiday, Pine Belt. Thank you so much for joining me here. And of course, we'll be doing this. We have those updates both at 8 p.m. and of course around 3 p.m. as well. I'll see you right back here tomorrow afternoon.